that in an art school. So through that experience, I had to take a lot of foundational classes, drawing and regular 3D and printmaking and so forth. So what I really found out during that time, I knew how to draw, and I started using that in my process quite a bit. But I also found out that working with materials is who I am. It just works very nicely. So I used both. The sculpture that I was doing before I started doing sort of this constructivist assemblage stuff was environmental installations. Very interested in what would happen to materials when they were installed out in the environment over time, exposed to different elements and things like that. The title piece that I did that was in the Art in the Park show last summer was originally, the first version of that was installed in Casco Bay, Maine, where I was living at the time, so that when at high tide it would be completely submerged. Low tide I could go up and the wood wouldn't absorb the water. So that kind of working with materials in nature and in the environment. And in order to record that, I started using a camera, which developed into using a video camera.
Okay.
So, and I just, as soon as I picked up the video camera, I knew I was
Something
home.
else happened.
I knew I was home. It was just meant to be. So, I've been using all three, drawing, in my process, and working with materials and using video as well. I consider, I think maybe a lot of people that I've talked to consider video to be sculptural in some way, because you're working with moving images. So, and I know when I was a student in studying sculpture at the time, video was included in that department. So it just all kind of makes sense.
Sure. Do you see it as like multiple processes that kind of come together under
sometimes
one idea, or
it depends.
one process that manifests itself in
As you
different ways?
probably know, it kind of depends. Yeah. The most important thing, so yes, multiple processes that manifest themselves and come together. This piece came to me immediately, for instance, and I had to do very little drawing. I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. The most important thing for me is to just keep working, no matter what. If I don't work, nothing happens. Even if it's washing the dishes. Just some choice. Because it's all on the move.
Sure. How do you select materials? Do you have an idea, or do you see something and then that sparks you, or is it a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both. I'm really drawn to not so to wood. I've always been throughout my life been drawn to wood, but I'm also drawn to used materials, not necessarily found materials, more that has some kind of more wear to it. And I think that's why I was drawn to putting sculptural pieces out into the environment, just to get that connection to time. This piece is called Blackbirds Fly, and it's about 10 years old. It's been installed in a number of shows, and it was also installed in the lawn at Vermont College of Fine Arts up in Montpelier, Vermont, the winter of 2007, where there was about 3 or 4 feet of snow.
Oh, wow. And
it has not really been the same since. Actually, I've had modified it since then. But I have a wonderful short, a lot of footage, but wonderful video of it on my website in the snow, which is really lovely. But it originated, the idea came to me, the charred pieces I was working in the foundry, these pieces were just lying around, then I started making my own pieces and charring them. And I started thinking about birds, and blackbirds came to me immediately. And I started thinking about the song Blackbird by Paul McCartney. And knowing that when he wrote that song, he was using bird as another word for girl, because he was very much affected at the time by the Little Rock civil rights movement that was happening during that time. So the song Blackbird is uplifting black girls and black people African Americans in solar. It just kind of all came together like that. And the fact that the bird-like pieces are still attached to this steel have kind of this prism. So I mean, it just all kind of worked, and it was just like that. So
It's nice when that happens.
it is. It doesn't
all
happen
comes
very
together.
often, right?